came in with all the sponges. Now, you actually might recognize him in that photo. It's kind of famous, featured on a TV show that was filmed here in Tarpon Springs about really dirty jobs. It was called Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. Anybody ever see that one? That was pretty good. So those of you that didn't see it, keep watching to the left because this boat also came in and they're actually processing sponges right now, which is the dirty part of the job. What the divers do, they use a surface air supply. They walk the bottom for the sponge, cut them off at the base, which will allow the sponge to regrow. And then they bring all those cut sponges up to the top side of the vessel. And that's when the real hard, dirty work begins. You see those sponges, they're a live animal. So when they're harvested, they're covered in a pretty thick standard membrane. Takes a long time to clean them up so they're good enough for you guys to buy in the shops. The finished product of that whole process is the skeleton of the animal. That's right. The sponge is the animal skeleton. Pretty wild, right? You might have wondered, why do I need an actual sea sponge in my life? And that's a fantastic question. So, first of all, if you ever go to a town that's famous for something, take advantage of it because it's famous for a reason, right? Tarpon Springs is no different when it comes to our sponges. That's what we're famous for. So those artificial sponges you get in the stores, those are made of plastic. They're also full of bacteria. Now, the natural flow-through fiber of the sea sponge has antimicrobial properties. That means it stays naturally cleaner. It's also a renewable resource. They grow back after you cut them. You can reuse them for many, many years. And then when you're done with it, you can compost that. So that's a win for you. That's a win for Tarpon. Also, very importantly, that's a win for planet Earth. So definitely try sponge while you're here in town. You won't be disappointed. Now, by the looks of things here in Port, you can tell we're a working marine way. We're one of the last deep water working ports left on the west coast of Florida where great big boats can come and get hauled out and get all their work done right here in town. We're known for our craftsmanship and home to quite a few local boat builders. In fact, the boat you're on right now was built here in Tarpon Springs by Corinthian Cataracts. Corinthian actually builds tour boats for people all over the world. So next time you take a tour anywhere else, check out the boat you're on. It could be built right here in Tarpon. And if you keep looking to the right, you can see a pirate boats up from Tampa Bay. The Lost World. Yeah, everybody comes and gets their work done here. Now, besides building boats and working on boats and sponging, we also fish out here too. Also, we have a large commercial fleet of fishing boats. If you look up on the left-hand side behind our Sophie house there, see the blue white boat, the Saucy Wedge. They came in Thursday or Friday. Had a big catch that they offloaded right there. Always we fish for snapper. Right now it's red snapper season.
We're sitting by some people. I don't know where they're from, but they like to talk. So sorry for that.
It's a great time of year. We also fish for famous Florida Gulf trip. Just opened up our stone crab season. So that doesn't start back up again until October. Also, another sustainable resource. You don't even have to kill the crab. You just break the claw off, throw the crab back. It will regenerate that claw. So if you look to the left at the end of the seawall, you'll notice the restaurant there. That's our local seafood joint. It's called Rusty Bellies. Yeah, they've got a fleet of fishing boats over there. So everything there is definitely fresh and definitely local. They're also connected to Pumpkin Place Seafood. So if you feel like taking up some fresh local seafood on your way out of town, that is where you're going to head. So right now we're traveling out on the Clove River. This river is fed by a series of springs, and the part of the river that we're entering into right now is what we consider to be the estuary. So that's a Latin term. It means tidal inlet of sea. What we have here is the freshwater source of the river meet up with the salty water that comes in from the Gulf. So back here, the waters are brackish. Now, the shallow brackish water environment is the main ingredients that make the estuary, which are truly known as. That's the cradle of the sea. So back here is a giant nursery for sea life. Up to 90% of sea life starts out in an estuary somewhere on the planet, just like this one. 90% is a lot. That's everything we eat. That's everything we eat. It's everything. Pretty important place. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why do I need to know about an estuary? I'm just here to see some dolphins, right? So now you have a better understanding of why we have dolphins here. If we didn't have an estuary, we'd have no predators in these waters whatsoever. It's just like the bottlenose dolphins. So what does the estuary mean for predators? And I'm pretty sure you guys already guessed it. Big giant buffet. So yeah, you can see pickens in the nursery. That's why the bulk of our predator sightings are right up here in the estuary. That's right, folks. So watch the water. That's where all the magic's going to happen. And if you happen to see one pop up before us, just shout out and let us know. We're going to stop the boat, make sure everybody gets to see them, and we're going to tell you all about them. Probably more than you wanted to know. So besides dolphins, what else do we have here? We have 11 species of shark that use this area as a nursery and call it home. 6 species of stingray. And out of the 7 known species of sea turtles on the planet, we have 5 in border waters. We have the leatherback, the loggerhead, the green, the ridley, and the hawksbill. So May 1st was the official start of sea turtle nesting season in Florida. But if you're from here, you probably already know the turtles can get the memo because they had already started. By the time February ended, we already had hundreds of active turtle nests. So they got started early. Last year was a record nesting season here in Florida, partially due to the fact that we didn't have any direct hurricanes to wash out those collections in the sand. So some of our species beat their own state record. And I'm happy to say the green sea turtle did so well last season, it actually found itself removed off the endangered list. So a step in the right direction for the green sea turtles. Just Florida alone had over 42,000 active nests for the green sea turtle. So very successful. Loggerheads were over 92,000. So it was a good year. Now remember, as we're making our way out today, all eyes on water. Teamwork makes the dream work when it exists to find animals out here. Okay. And as you're watching the water, you'll notice the red and green channel. Are you showing up in front of it's kind of like marking our roadway back here. That's marking our deep water. By deep, it's about 10 feet deep in the channel. That's because it's a drought. Anywhere outside of that channel, the water's so shallow, we need to stand up and walk ourselves. It's that time. Now, the numbers on those markers are significant for navigational purposes. You'll also notice they're counting down for us. So when we get to mark 1 and 2, we're going to get Antelope State Preserve, which is our final destination on the cruise. That's where we're going to get up and do some shots. So watch for those numbers to count down. Now, as we're making our way out, remember, eyes on the water. If you have any questions, we love questions. Feel free to ask. Definitely enjoy the ride. We got a few minutes to bringing the boat up to their 6 speed. So take the next few minutes to secure your house versus by his children. And, we do have trash behind car. Let's do our best to get that trash. Ayun, delfina. Yeah. I mean, basically, what's okay? See, it's like our DP doing for third. You're gone today. It gets folks. But the night, that was me. That's speaker. You never saw it. You got to what? All works. And front rear showers. Yeah. Really cool.
We'll come back when we get to the island.
Yeah. You know, Pwede lumiwas. Doon ulit.